It's the holiday season, and the holiday season means all of our favorite side dishes, including stuffing. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like no big Thanksgiving or Christmas or really any kind of holiday feast is complete without an absolutely gorgeous stuffing. Today, I'm going to be sharing a very tried and tested recipe. It's my grandma's stuffing recipe. YouTube, it's Bella here, the lead nutritionist and recipe developer at Metabolic Living. Stuffing is one of my all-time favorite sides. It has been ever since I was a child, but oftentimes it contains truckloads of carbohydrates as well as really poor quality meat and all sorts of other weird ingredients, especially when you go and buy your stuffing out of a box and just add water. The good news is it's actually really easy to make your own healthy stuffing, because I feel like we have kind of enough junk on the table. Stuffing definitely doesn't need to be one of them. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this recipe that has been in my family for ages. What you're going to need to start is 1 loaf of my metabolic bread. If you haven't already, pop on back through probably a few weeks worth of videos and you will find my absolutely delicious bread recipe. So easy, you don't need yeast, you don't need any weird flours, you don't need to prove it. It's very simple. Just kind of mix it up and pop it in a loaf pan. But anyway, definitely whip one of those up first, and then what you're going to do is just cut it into little tiny bite-sized pieces like so. So you're going to need 2 tablespoons of grass-fed pasture-raised butter. You can of course sub this out for ghee or avocado oil, whatever you fancy. You're also going to need 2 onions. Now I've done 1 red onion and 1 yellow onion, but you could do 2 yellow, 2 red, honestly whatever you fancy. This is just what I had on hand. Both of them taste delicious. And then over here we've got 4 cloves of lovely garlic. As you know, you've probably heard me say it a million times, garlic is one of my favorite superfoods. It has so many amazing health benefits and it just tastes absolutely delicious. I feel like no dish, especially stuffing, is complete without garlic. You're also going to need 1 pasture-raised organic egg. In here I have 1 cup of organic chicken bone broth. Now this is the homemade stuff, but feel free to buy it from the store. The frozen section, little tip, actually has some great pasture-raised organic bone broth, so definitely check it out. And then for our protein here, we're going to be using 1 pound of sausage meat. Now, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, sausage meat is full of junk, and it is. It's really disgusting what they put in the sausage meat at the store. So many preservatives, things that honestly just shouldn't even be allowed to be edible in my opinion. So what I really recommend you do, especially since you don't make stuffing all the time, it's definitely worth the investment. Go and find your local farmer or go to a local health food store that partners with a local farm and purchase some really high quality sausage meat. Yes, it is more expensive, but it's so worth it, and you're not eating the nasty stuff. So you're going to need 1 pound of the good stuff, the good sausage meat. And then this is my favorite part of the recipe. This is what makes the recipe so special. We've got lots of fresh herbs going on here. So this is a 1/4 cup of parsley. We've also got 2 tablespoons of fresh rosemary, 2 tablespoons of sage, which to me is just such a holiday herb. And then we're going to be doing 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt. And that, my friends, is all you are going to need for this recipe. So first things first, preheat that oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then what you're going to do is grab a large baking tray like so, and you are going to grease it with a little bit of butter. You could also use some avocado oil, whatever you fancy here. So I've got my 1/2 cup of butter, and then I'm also going to just be lightly greasing the baking dish like so, just to make sure my little crouton things don't stick. Put the lid back on there, setting it off to the side. Then what you're going to do is grab all of that delightful metabolic bread, and you're going to just pour it into the baking dish. Just kind of spread them out so they're nice and even. And then what you're going to do is pop this entire thing into the oven and just let them kind of toast up and get nice and crispy. I recommend about 10 minutes to start, but you can just keep checking on it. So I'm going to do 10 minutes in the oven at 350. Going to make these little bread pieces into toasty croutons. So meanwhile, we are going to get cooking our onion, our garlic, and our sausage meat. So what you're going to do is grab a cast iron skillet, and you're going to pop in there your onions and your garlic, and you're also going to pop in there just about 1/2 tablespoon of that grass-fed butter, so popping that in. Then what you're going to do is heat this over a low to medium heat and just kind of saute the onion and the garlic until it's really lovely and fragrant, probably about 3 minutes. All right, the garlic and onion is looking and smelling amazing, so now it's time to pop in our sausage meat. Pour the entire thing into the pan and just using a wooden spatula break it up. And then what you're going to do is put this back on that low-medium heat and just saute it for about 10 minutes until no pink remains. You want our meat to be nice and cooked through and nice and brown. All right, so the sausage has browned. So now what you're going to do is add that 2 tablespoons of butter into the pan and just let it melt. This is going to provide some gorgeous flavor here. So just letting it melt in with our sausage and our onions and our garlic, which smells absolutely amazing. I've also gone ahead and taken out our bread over here. It's just nicely toasted. So just stirring that in. Then what you guys are going to do is grab a large bowl like so, and you're essentially going to pop in all of the remaining ingredients, just keeping the bread though in the baking tray. So pour in your sausage here. Popping everything into the pan. Looking delicious. I can't wait to tuck into this. Awesome, so sausage, onion, garlic in there. I'm going to add all of those gorgeous fresh herbs, the salt, the pepper, pouring that on in, giving that a little bit of a stir. I'm also going to crack our egg straight into here. And I'm also going to add that bone broth, so pouring that in as well. And then just using that wooden spatula, mix everything together. It smells so, so lovely with the fresh herbs in there, the melted butter, the garlic, the onion. Just reminds me of absolute gorgeous holiday feasts. All right, so setting that off just to the side while I go ahead and grab my baking tray again. And then I'm going to pour this mixture on top of the breadcrumbs. And then using that spatula, just stir everything together. Make sure you really get under the bread and just mix it very thoroughly in with the sausage mixture. All right, then just smooth it over, like so, getting a few more of my metabolic breads just nicely in with the mixture. Perfect. All right, so now what you're going to do is put this in the oven at that 350 temperature, and you're actually going to leave it in the oven for about 1 hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now, what you are looking for here is you want it to be really nice and crispy. You want this to be cooked thoroughly. There's nothing worse than kind of soggy stuffing, in my opinion. So pop it in for an hour, depending on you know, the cookware that you're using, the temperature of your oven. I know everything does vary a little bit. I know that because I've moved like 3 times in the last year, and my ovens have just varied completely. This oven gets very, very hot, so probably an hour for me, but it might be an hour and 15, maybe even an hour and 30 for you. So just keep an eye on it, use your judgment here. What you want it is it to be really nice and gorgeous and crispy. So when it looks like that, pull it out of the oven and we will meet back here. Now that is what I call a good stuffing. It's gone really gorgeous and crispy. These breadcrumbs, my little metabolic bread, is unbelievably amazing, really crispy. Everything's looking gorgeous. It smells incredible with all those fresh herbs. And now you're ready to tuck in. Obviously, you can serve this with a turkey or whatever your main source of protein is for your holiday feast. But honestly, this stuffing is so good. I feel like you could just make it with a regular roast on a Sunday and just have it all the time because it rocks, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I hope you guys love this stuffing. If you do make this for your holiday feast, please share it with me and pop that in the comments below. Always love, love, love hearing when you guys make my recipes and just seeing what you guys get up to and how you adapt the dishes. I hope you enjoyed this recipe video. If you did, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you keep up with everything we have going on here at the ML YouTube channel. I have a bunch of holiday recipes coming up over the next few weeks. Really delicious, just classic dishes that I've put a healthy twist on. So make sure you don't miss them. Also head on over to social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and even TikTok now. We are at Metabolic Living, and as well as my recipes, you're gonna get awesome workouts from our workout peeps. We've also got doctor's tips, coach tips, we've got it all. Everything you need to be your healthiest self. So definitely head on over there and give us a follow. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Enjoy your awesome stuffing, and I will see you all in another recipe video.